Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're seeing my face for the very first time, my name is Abby and this is Mary Shuttle, where I talk about study abroad, work abroad, immigration, and everything travel. If you like this type of content, feel free to hit the subscribe button below, turn on your notification bell so you get notified whenever I put up a new video. Now, with all that being said, let's get into today's video. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. And in today's video, I want to be talking about steps you can take to immigrate to Canada. So if I was to move to Canada again in 2025, and with the whole turn on immigration and tightening of borders, here are the steps and the things I will do to immigrate to Canada. Firstly, I'm going to be thinking about creating my express entry profile. If you do not know what the express entry profile is, I think I have a video on my channel concerning that, but I think I need to update that particular video. So I'm going to do a new video on that. English exams, do your evaluation, credential evaluation, and try to create an express entry profile in the express entry pool. Look at if you fall into the category-based demand. You can find all of those links on the Canadian immigration website. Secondly, I would look for schools that are DLI approved and that has post-study work permit eligibility. So programs that are DLI approved, there is a list that shows you all the schools that are DLI approved. These schools have the license to allow international students to study particular courses or particular programs in their schools. And those are the schools that are approved by the government, okay? Don't get it twisted that there are still private schools here in Canada, and there are still some schools that are, should I say, they are government schools, but they do not have the DLI approval. So you need to check on those lists. And then another thing to note is that not all those schools that have DLI are eligible for postgraduate work permit. And recently, the Canadian government has also limited that gap for postgraduate work permit. So there are certain courses that you can take that are eligible for postgraduate work permit. I'm going to be dropping the links in the video and also in the comment section. So feel free to check and do the research, okay? Thirdly, I will come as an international student. Yes. The reason is currently Canadian government is actually focusing on in Canada applicants, and it's actually better when you're within Canada and you make these applications. And one of the best ways I would say, other than coming as a permanent resident, another good way I would say is coming in as an international student. It is more expensive. It is like the most expensive route, but if you can afford it, that will be a better opportunity for you to come into Canada and be able to work your way through it from there. You can also come in as a worker, but it's quite hard to come in as a worker in Canada. Some people still come in, but it is really, really hard. Those are things that you cannot really guarantee or place your fingers. It's based on probability. But if you're coming in as a student, you know you get the course. Once you get admission, you pay your tuition fees, and you make your application right, you should be able to get your study permits to enable you come into Canada. When I arrive in Canada, I will start building my network. My network will be my friends, my classmates, and try to build a network of maybe the place I get a job. Just try to build a good network. I'm not saying you should go telling everybody about your stories and sad things about your life. That is not what networking is all about. Networking is just being able to have communication and open-ended communications between people. Okay, so being able to network and have that open mindset, people know your capabilities and your capacities, and it helps for referral purposes. The fifth thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to focus on jobs that I look at doing in the long term, and I will look for an entry-level space to get into those particular jobs. If it means starting from the bottom of those particular jobs, that is what I'm going to be looking at doing and trying to apply to those types of positions that are open-ended for entry level, and then try to work my way to build up. Because when you start in that particular field, it helps you when you're applying for a different role that is higher than that particular one you're in, and then it shows that progression. So that is what I would do if I were to come into Canada in 2025. And then a bonus point for me is going to be research, research, research. So research never ends. Despite the fact that you have been able to come into Canada, it does not mean that you have ended your research. You have to continue making your research, finding out the new strategies and re-strategizing your ways in order to gain what you actually come here for. So if you're looking towards permanent residency, you have to work towards that. If you just want to do the postgraduate work permit, gain the experience and go back, then make your research and do that and get the best of what you came to Canada for. With all of that, don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.